the Ohio River in the hills of Kentucky. Just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. A quick pass out to Juju. And he'll be out of bounds across the... yard line.
Out of bounds at the 31-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On play action, Wentz. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And that'll go as a 57-yard punt with a return of 12. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 7-0. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Burrow. That's caught. It's John Hightower. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what are you trying to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally, you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around the pocket, sometimes get out of it, big plays result. I want him throwing the ball on time and then tackling the receivers so there's no extra yardage.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
11 empty.
Mixon again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Play action. Now Wentz. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. On play action, it's Wentz. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On first down, Hines. And he gets it down to the 32. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On second down, right back to Hines. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hines. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Now a second down and 6.
Wentz going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Working from the gun, Wentz.
Completion here to Claypool.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. These two teams all tied after one. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Boswell's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the three.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
John Hightower now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
A big play there on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw into the hands of Boyd.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Hightower not going to attempt a run back, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
So he'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, a give to Mixon. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Mixon trying to punch it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off around the 27. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
A 1st and 10 here, and if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw again on second down. Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he's going to have a 1st down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out.
McPherson's kick is good.
So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hightower. And only able to get this to the 19. So probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And all the way down to the 37. A big play there for Cincinnati.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He gets this to the former Aztec, Kahale Waring. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he comes back with one complete.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And Burrow going to keep it himself.
And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Wentz.
And this one too low.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Wentz.
Oh, Johnson, nice grab.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Wins to throw again. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hightower. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. 2nd and 9.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they found a way to be successful with it.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Hines. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Nyheim Hines, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hightower. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive first and 10. Dumps it off to Mixon. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That's complete to Hightower. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They go play action with Burrow. That is going to be caught by the tight end Waring. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Steelers are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists tonight.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Second and 4.
11.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to second and 9.
11 empty.
Here's Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
11.
Now Burrow on first down. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Second and 10.
12.
34's the mic. He's coming. Check him.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This will be taken in by Hightower. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And Burrow going to throw again. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right, 80. Check back 34. Back 34. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 11, Thomas. 11. Gotta go.
A handoff to Mixon, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
11, Thomas.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Out of the end zone, here comes Hightower. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Got 80. 11. You go see me and get knocked, man.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
11 MT. 11 MT. Take. 11 MT. Take.
To the air again, Burrow. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with Hines. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important 3rd down. On play action, Wentz.
And going deep downfield for Boykin.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Miles Boykin.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
Now the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hightower. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint. 12. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On 1st down, Mixon.
52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here's Burrow.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
11 MT.
Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. A good rally to the football keeps them to only a yard, and it's second down.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
The ball situated at the 9. Second and goal. Throwing, Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.